So let's begin. Welcome to class. Today we are talking about samskaras. And if you look at the little writing that I have attached to the video and the articles, I think they're good ones. One of them is kind of an overview of what are samskaras, what does samskara mean, and how do these grooves and patterns impact our lives and behaviors. And the other one is more of that, but then also kind of like an instruction manual in terms of how to create new ones or overcome those that have not been serving us. So I hope you can take a look at it, at those articles. I think they're are valuable. Any learning and educating ourselves is an important part of living skillfully and practicing and changing habits that do not serve us, which is what our topic is about today, samskaras. So the way that samskaras are talked about in yogic philosophy, and this also, of course, comes from Hindu philosophy, is these are patterns or ways of thinking, ways of behaving that become etched in our psyche, in our, certain thoughts and certain behaviors become more automatic, like really like as we become, the longer we live and the longer we do things, if we do things in reaction, we often kind of go through our lives and we get automatic, we develop sort of automatic reactions, automatic assumptions and thoughts and behaviors and reactions to things. And they happen so quickly that we don't even realize that we're doing it, these automatic thoughts. And that's because they have become grooves that have, because we've repeated them so many times over the years, we just sort of naturally go that way. It's the path of least resistance. And so we just keep sort of going and reacting in that way without consciously realizing why, what we're doing that. Even maybe there could be a different way of thinking about this or a different way of responding to whatever is happening. And so one way, the way that we look at how samskaras are formed, initially, they form when in the midst of, some thought or experience that we're aware of in the moment, that we're very aware of at the time. So, for example, a baby or a toddler or a young one isn't getting what they want and they have a tantrum, and the mom, in order to quiet the baby down, just because she wants to move on with her day, she gives the baby what they want. And the baby's like, that worked. I'm going to do that again. And so, and if over time, every time that baby who becomes a child, who becomes a young adult and an older adult, they respond by, throwing a fit when they don't get what they want, and that's a way that that they get what they want. Then that's sort of how that's a samskara, a pattern that they've developed over time. And it sort of it becomes a habit, and they don't, and it becomes can become an unconscious habit. But initially, it starts with when you're very aware of what's going on at the time, and I think about this when this comes to mind for me when my mom died a couple years ago. And at that time, I was very aware of what was going on. Like I was aware of the clothes I was wearing that day, you know, what I was wearing, the hospital, the weather, the time of year. It was around Mardi Gras. The we had a it was just before Mardi Gras. We had a freeze in New Orleans. It doesn't freeze much, right? And this was it happened in the midst of a if anybody here is from New Orleans that's listening, like the last major freeze that we had a couple of years ago. And anyway, so I was really aware of like all these things, cold weather, what I was wearing, the holiday at the time, and I noticed that I was compelled to like I don't think I ever want to wear this outfit again. Or I know, or even imagine when cold weather, I hate, when cold weather comes again, I know this is how I feel. This is how it's going to make me feel. And, what am I going to do? Um, and then there's the first holiday, with her gone. And how, those of us who have lost a loved one, and here we are, okay, we're in the holidays. Um, those of us who have lost a loved one, the holidays can be a challenge. And so here I am. And these feelings. And so, you know, even, as the memories about, just telling this story, I just caught myself by surprise and and suddenly being overwhelmed with the feelings of grief and um, wow, how it comes over you. um, so I noticed when those memories. Yeah. So I noticed when I began to have um, I got if I wasn't careful, I was going to be establishing a samskara, a pattern, a habit that was not going to serve me and in the way, or serve my life in a way that was best. And so resisted the reaction to, or resisted the being, compelled to react to the avoidance that I noticed I wanted to do. Like, I'm going to avoid this, I'm going to avoid that because it reminds me of my grief or my loss. And so I knew that I did not want to begin to establish that, because like, hey, I've worn this outfit a million times and it doesn't have to be now associated with my mother's death. The holidays, I've been through so many holidays, and many of them have been joyful, some of them have not been. This holiday, without my mom, it's one of the holidays. It's not the all-encompassing expression of the holiday season every year. It doesn't have to be if I don't make it be. If I don't start digging that groove, I start following that, and we may have certain traditions and things that we do, and they become habit and tradition, and something may change in our lives that where we can't do that anymore, like a loved one is gone, or our family has changed. This is going to be a very different holiday for me too, with a change in my family structure. And so we can be very aware of thoughts and emotions and behaviors in the midst of something, and then the habit can follow that we repeat it, repeat this particular reaction. And that repetition can be something that we want, something that's good for us and the rest of the world, or it could not be. It could be something that contributes to pain, actually suffering. That pain is inevitable in a particular moment when it's happening. When you get hurt, when you lose someone, the pain of something is what it is. It's the repetition of reliving it, imagining, or remembering or imagining something in the future that's related to it. That's the suffering. And so the more that we can be intentional and aware of our responses and our habits, and being intentional about what will serve us best and what will serve others best, and practice changing something if that's what's called for, and developing new grooves, so that that groove, the river starts, stream starts, and it starts digging a groove, and over time it deepens and widens, and it becomes the path of least resistance. But when we want to establish a new path, it takes more intention at the beginning, and more work and more practice, but we do it. And the more we do it, the more natural that becomes. And the more we do it, the more natural it becomes. And, we're fighting this big Mississippi River here, but we're creating a new one. So know that it's going to take some effort. And so that's where our practice comes in. And it begins with intention. It begins with intention. And courage to begin going down a new path. And practice, and practice again. And in the midst of all of that, being kind to ourselves and knowing that, this conditioning that we are up against is, at this point, it's not our fault. it's our conditioning. And so forgive ourselves as we, if we find ourselves, I'm going down this other river, this other path again. That's kind of expected, if you're not, because that has been the path of least resistance. Just come on back over, okay? And so, today we are going to play with intention and awareness in this moment. Pausing to really be aware and respond to our given situation rather than react, and move with courage and compassion. So let's get ready. Let's settle down and find your seat. Bring awareness here and being with whatever is here, allowing it to be. And knowing that we can hold so many things in our awareness, things that feel good and things that are painful, we can hold it all with loving kindness. Awareness here in this moment, noticing, whatever feelings may be there. Just noticing the felt sense in the body. Letting go of memory and imagination, just being here with it right now in the body, what it feels like. Awareness of this space that we are in. Grounding ourselves here. Hearing the sound, sensations, smells, a general sense of awareness here. And awareness of breath. Our life force, energy of life that courses through our bodies and all around us. This connection. And we'll begin with some of Ritzy Breathing, which is an even inhale and exhale to a count of 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. And continue with that even, steady rhythm of the breath. And come to all fours. On the inhale, dropping the belly, curling the heart and tailbone towards the sky in cow pose. And exhale, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin, arch the spine towards the sky. On the inhale, reversing the pose, and really moving through cat-cow poses at the rhythm of your own breath. Inhaling, curling the heart open. Exhaling, arching the spine towards the sky. Inhale, opening the heart. And exhale, reaching the spine towards the sky. Inhale, moving with your own rhythm and flow, but connecting breath with motion. And on the next exhale, push the seat back to heels. Spread the knees wide. Bring the toes together. Bring the forehead to the ground. Allowing the chest to fall towards the earth and the forehead to rest on the earth if that feels good. Just allowing ourselves to feel supported here. Breathing. Inhale forward, stack shoulders over wrists. Exhale, arch the spine towards the sky. Inhale, curl the heart open. Exhale, push back. Breathing. And here we'll begin our Vinyasa Flow. This is option 1. Inhale forward, stack shoulders. Exhale, arch the spine towards the sky in cat pose. Inhale, curl the heart open. Exhale, push back, seat to heels. And as we move through this repetition, really notice, bring awareness to each transition, even as we begin to repeat. Notice it. Resist the urge to kind of begin to do it mindlessly, and be very aware of every movement as you move through each repetition. So that is option 1. Option 2. The next inhale, forward, stack shoulders over wrists. Exhale, lower down, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, slide the heart forward, baby cobra, point the toes. Exhale, push back, seat to heels. Breathing. Option 3. Inhale forward, stack shoulders. Plank pose. Exhale, lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, curl the heart open. Upward facing dog. Exhale, push back. Downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Now, your way, inhale forward, stack the shoulders over wrists. Exhale, lower down your way. Inhale, curl the heart forward. Exhale, push back. Breathing. True awareness and acceptance in this moment. Inhale forward, stack shoulders. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, curl the heart open. Exhale, push back. Inhale, forward, stack shoulders. With awareness through each movement. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, curl the heart open. Exhale, push back. Inhale forward, stack the shoulders. And this time exhale, push back to downward facing dog. If this is too much pressure on the wrists, you can always come down to forearms if that feels necessary. If you're in downward facing dog, you have the wrist parallel with the front edge of the mat. Spread the fingers wide and curl the finger pads into the mat. Pushing with the hands, sending the heels down towards the earth. You can put a nice deep bend in the knees. If your hamstrings are tight, that's all good. But practice or play with moving the legs towards straight as the muscles loosen and open up. Curl that tailbone towards the sky. Feel the curve of the lumbar spine and maintaining that curve, moving the legs towards straight. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Lift the right leg towards the sky. Exhale. Open up the hips and send that right foot behind as if you're kicking the wall behind you. Inhale and exhale. Step it through to a low lunge. The knee can be grounded or lifted. Your choice. Ground the hands firmly, and here you can use blocks if that allows you to access the pose, or just reach the hands to the ground. Strong in both legs. The knee is directly centered over the ankle, not beyond, not moving towards the toes, but directly stacked over the ankle. Strong here in the core. You may stay here or come to rise with hands on the top of the thigh or reach the hands towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Lower the hands towards the ground. And exhale. Push back to downward facing dog. Breathing. Inhale and reach the left leg towards the sky. Exhale, open up the hips. Inhale. Exhale. Step the left foot through to a low lunge. with the knee grounded or lifted, the back knee. Inhale, really grounding into the earth. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, stay here or come to rise with hands on the thigh or reach the hands towards the sky. Inhale, exhale, 1. Inhale, exhale, 2. Inhale, exhale, 3. Inhale, hands down. And exhale, step back. Ardha Chandrasana. Really feeling the energy of this life coursing through our bodies. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reach the left leg towards the sky. Exhale, step it through. And come to rise for warrior 1. The hips are squared forward towards the front of the mat. Strong in the core, the tailbone is tucked. The back foot is grounded at a 45-degree angle. Opening the heart, dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale and exhale, open up. Warrior 2, Veer, Vadasana 2. Hips are square towards the long edge of the mat. Equal distribution of weight in both legs. Tailbone tucked. The core, the belly is strong. Shoulders fall softly down and away from the ears. Gaze over fingertips. 3 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale and straighten the front leg. Exhale, pull forward, Uttita Trikonasana. Bring hand to the leg, the ground, or block. And open the heart towards the sky. Reach right hand towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale and bring the right hand over past the ear and keeping that hand, left hand on the leg, or lifting both hands out. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale and drop that left hand towards the ground. Reach the right hand towards the hip and begin to shift that weight forward into the left foot to prepare for Ardha Chandrasana. And if you have a wall and you are working on your balance here, you can totally do it against the wall here. Okay, so shifting your weight forward using a block or your hands. begin to lift that right foot into the air. Reaching the right hand towards the sky. And the last is to reach the gaze towards the sky. And again, it's always nice to do it against the wall too, to give you that support. That really allows you to open up and access the pose. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale and bring everything down to the ground. In forward fold, Uttanasana. Bowing in. In our first forward fold of the day, you might bend the knees or use blocks to help you reach the ground. It's really allowing our bodies to open up, to naturally open up, noticing where we might feel tight and pausing, like really being aware of these parts of our bodies. And we might also be aware of what our usual reaction might be, our usual habit of how we respond to a particular area of tightness or discomfort. And take a moment to think about what's another way that I might respond in this moment. And play with doing something different. If we usually tend to, want to hang here versus hold the ground, or if we usually just say, oh, I'm just going to skip that and not do that particular pose, pause there and think about, okay, what's my usual habit? Why is that? And just exploring a different way. Inhale. Lift the heart halfway. And exhale. Step the left foot back. And come to rise. Veer, Vadasana 1. Hips are squared forward. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale. 3. Inhale. Open up. Warrior 2. Veer, Vadasana 2. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. I'm just going to switch. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale. 3. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Exhale, pull forward and down, reaching the hands to the leg or a block or the ground. Heart opens. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Gaze at the sky. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale and bring the left hand to the hip. And exhale, begin to shift that weight forward. Maybe take a half hop step in to begin to shift the weight into the right foot. And find your wall or your block. Lift that left leg into the air. You might lift the left hand into the air. And then lift our gaze towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale and bring the left hand to the ground. Lower. Both feet folding forward. And here we might grab hold to opposite elbows and just let gravity pull our torsos down towards the earth. You might sway from side to side. And inhale, reach the head and the heart halfway. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, bend the knees, drop the seat. Reach the hands towards the sky for chair pose, Utkatasana. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale, hands in prayer. Come to rise for Tadasana. And once we're in Tadasana, feet are firmly planted on the earth. They may be close together with toes touching or just beneath the hips. Ground down in all 4 corners of the soles of the feet. And we lift the toes off of the earth for a moment and really feel that grounding in the soles of the feet. And then softly let the toes come back towards the earth. And begin to shift the weight into the right foot. Bring the left foot into a kickstand, or the lower leg, or the upper leg, for a tree pose, Vrikshasana, with hands in prayer. Or you might find your wall or something to catch yourself, or to have your own little safety net if you choose. You may keep hands in prayer or reach the hands towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale, remembering to focus the gaze on something not moving. Exhale. I don't know what we're on 4. Inhale. Exhale. 5. And keeping that leg lifted, bring the hands back in prayer. And bring that knee into the chest. And hands down to our sides and extend that right foot or left foot out in front. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. And release that foot towards the earth. You might shake out the right foot. These balance poses are really like a workout on your feet. You really get to know the muscles in the foot when you're practicing balance poses. All right, here we go, shifting weight to the left foot, grounding in all four corners. Find your kickstand or the lower leg or upper leg. Hands in prayer, or reach the hands towards the sky. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. Focus your gaze on something that's not moving, like maybe not me, because I might be wiggling and wobbling. And that's all good. That's part of the practice. Returning to center. Returning to center again and again. Inhale, bring the hands to prayer. Bring that right knee into the chest, to the center. Drop the right hands down to the side. Extend the leg. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. And release. Shake it out. Inhale. Reach the hands towards the sky. Open the heart towards the sky. And exhale. Swan dive forward. Tadasana. Inhale. Reach the heart halfway. Exhale. Fold in. Inhale. Step the right foot back. And the left foot. And lower down. All the way down to the belly. And for our heart opener, bring the hands down to the side, and on an inhale, lift everything up to the sky. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. And release. Bring the cheek to the earth. Just melting, sinking everything into the earth. And you can repeat locust pose, or from here grab hold to the ankles for Dhanurasana. And on the inhale, once again, lift everything up. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale, lift. Exhale 4. Inhale, lift even higher. Exhale 5. And release. Maybe the opposite cheek. Resting on the earth. Melting into the earth. Noticing the heartbeat. And when you're ready, We'll roll over onto our backs to prepare for Savasana. You might take whatever final pose feels right for you. I always like to do to twist at the low back. So you might drop the knees over to the left side and drop the right shoulder down towards the earth. For a few breaths. And when you're ready, move the legs through center. Drop the knees over to the opposite side. Dropping the left shoulder down towards the earth. And whatever final poses feel right, whether it's the happy baby or sending the knees into the chest, before we let everything go. The corpse pose, allowing the feet to fall open, the palms to fall open towards the sky, opening our heart and our awareness, letting go of our bodies, letting go of old patterns, ideas, beliefs, letting it all go, and just resting in your awareness. You might stay in an extended Savasana for however feels right for you. I'd like to thank you for joining me today. May you have a beautiful day. And remember to be aware and mindful in each moment and respond rather than react. Being conscious in our efforts, letting our actions begin with intention. I honor the light in you. Namaste.